see. How have you guys been? I know it's a very extremely long time that I haven't seen you guys. Well, today I'm gonna remake it for you by introducing two new fresh videos. Okay? And 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 I want to show you something special. One thing that I really wanted to do is that tell you this little kitty. I just got awarded for being second place in English class. Hooray! So now, with no further ado, let's get into it. Bully Bill. Farmer Fred had just bought a new bull. He named him Bill. Bill was a strong, handsome bull with great horns. He was very big for his age. Farmer Fred got Bill. The bull loaded into the trailer and headed back home to his farm. When they arrived, Farmer Fred said, "Bill, welcome to your new home." Bill snorted and tossed his head back to show off his impressive horns. That was like a British version, actually. This was all new to Bill as he was raised in a small stall and his new home was very different. He had a lot to explore. Bill stood on the hill and watched all the barnyard animals. He thought to himself, "I am the biggest animal on Farmer Fred's farm. No other great animal has such great horns." Bill chuckled at the chickens as he slowly walked up to them. They were so small and they didn't have horns. As Bill approached, the chickens clucked. The lone ducked as Bill almost stepped on her. Bill lowered his head quickly shook it from side to side in front of the chickens. "I'm Bill, the bull, and I'm bigger than you chubby chickens," he said in a deep voice. "I am the boss of the barnyard." Bill, the bull, frightened the chickens. They rapidly ran, flipped and flopped and flew to their safety of their cozy coop. This made Bill, the bull, laugh loudly. He was having fun. That must have been what whatever. Bill saw some plump pigs moving in the mud and decided to play a prank. As he approached, he said loudly, "I heard Farmer Fred that he needed some bacon for breakfast and ham for dinner." Then he laughed and loudly tossed his head around, showing off his great horns. This frightened many of the pigs, and they proceeded to the pen for protection. The biggest pig, named Porkchop, walked up to Bill and said, "You are a very mean bull, Bill." Bill snorted a reply. "Well, you have a big flat nose, a tornado tail, and pink ears. Also, you're dirty and smelly." Then Bill lowered his great head, snorted a great snort, and shook his horns at Porkchop. Porkchop was a wise old pig. He wouldn't be bullied by any bull, even Bill. Now Bill, the bullying bull, was expecting Porkchop to mush through the mud and proceed to the pen for protection. But Porkchop just stood there looking at him. Then Porkchop said in a soft voice, "You are a very mean bull, Bill," and walked away. Then Bill saw some sheep in the meadow. Bill began to walk across the big barnyard towards them. When he got there, he was met by Roger the ram. He was the leader of the flock. "I'm Roger Ram, rejoicing at the meeting my newest neighbor on Farmer Fred's farm," he said in a very polite manner. Bill ran at Roger Ram, snorting and shaking his big horns, and said, "I am Bill, the bull. I am the boss of the barnyard." In a split second, Roger Ram rammed Bill, the bullying bull, between his horns. Bill, the bullying bull, looked at Roger and said, "All that white curly hair might give you lots of flair, but you ram like an ewe." Then Bill backed up, starting to paw at the ground with his hefty hooves, snorted 7 snorts, and shook his horns, lowered his now lumpy head, and Roger Rams and the others retreated from the meadow. Bill, the bullying bull, was proud of what he'd done. Really? All the barnyard animals were afraid of Bill. He was either threatening them with his size and making fun of the way they looked. It was not a pleasant day on Farmer Fred's farm. "I am going to call him Bully Bill," said Henrietta Hen. "That's not nice," responded Roy Rooster, "as being a bully yourself." "Well, we'll work on something to stop his bullying," replied Toby Turtle. Roger Ram said, "I don't know what we can do. I rammed him and he called me an ewe." Dorothy Duck said, "He almost stepped on me with those heavy hooves. No one is safe." With tears in her eyes, Little Petty Piglet said, "I heard I was going to be eaten by Farmer Fred. I'm scared." Porkchop said in a soft and soothing tone, "Don't worry, my friends. By the evening feed by Farmer Fred, Bill, the bullying bull, will become our buddy." Bill was having so much fun. He certainly was the boss of the barnyard. He looked around and saw a big barn with open doors, and he just had to let whoever lived there know that he was the boss of the barnyard. It was a bright sunny day, but as Bill walked into a dark barn, he couldn't see anything. This frightened him a little. He turned the corner around the door and boom! He stopped in mid-stride. Bill realized that he just walked into something really big. So big, it didn't move when he walked into it. As Bill's eye juxtaposed into the darkness in the barn, he started to see what had stopped him. He was looking at the chest of some big animal. Bill was scared. As he looked up, he could see the biggest bull with the biggest horns staring down at him. A voice like thunder filled the barn. I finally get to meet Bill, the boss of the barnyard. Now Bill didn't know what to do or what to say. All he could do was look up at this giant and wonder what would happen next. There was silence in the barn for several minutes as Bill just looked up in amazement. Finally, the big boss said something. I am Brian Bull, and I have lived on Farmer Fred's farm for many, many years. In all those years, I have never had the other animals ask me for help. But today, they came to me with the story of a big bull that was bullying them. They asked me to put an end to it. I agreed. Bill was never ever so frightened. Brian could toss him across the barnyard with little effort and one push from his head. Brian slowly lowered his head. Bill looked down and began to shake. Brian got closer and whispered into Bill's ears. What do you think I should do, Bill? I promised the other animals I would put a stop to your bullying. Please believe me, Brian. You have, Bill said in a truly honest voice. I have never been so frightened in my life, and I know I know how the other animals must have felt. Bill began to sob a little. I know how it feels to be bullied, and you didn't even really bully me. I have learned my lesson, and I will go out and apologize to all the animals and ask them to forgive me. You don't have to, Brian said. You already have. As Bill turned around, he saw all the other animals standing in the doorway. Here, Pig Pig! Come on, Chick Chick! The animals heard Farmer Fred calling them for the evening feed. Pork Chop walked over to Bill and said, Come on, buddy, let's eat. So this is the end of the story of Bully Bill. I hope you guys enjoyed, and be sure to look out for another one. I'll see you in the next time, okay? And goodbye!